it wasn't warm enough for you here. You had to go to Florida, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Well, thankfully we dodged the hurricanes, so that's good.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Is it
How,
humid down there?
it is humid. It's been
Yeah,
humid. It's been pretty humid. Now, last night was nice.
yeah,
It's like 80, and it was lower humidity, so that was pretty nice.
yeah. It's been pretty nice
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. What have you been up to though? Did you I heard you went to a football game. You said that.
Yeah, I tell you, me and my daughter went to the Louisville Notre Dame football game.
Yeah.
Okay, I just did,
You just did. It's okay.
and we so we get there. We're getting there like the game started at what time did it start? 7? No, 8 o'clock. Started at 8 o'clock. We get there like at 6. You're thinking plenty of time, right?
Yeah.
Well, the parking lot is packed. I mean, it is packed with people eating weenies and hamburgers and drinking and everybody having a good time, laughing, a lot of drunks around, all that good stuff. And so trying to get to my spot, though, my parking spot was a little bit of a challenge.
What happened?
Well, usually you got a lot of people and you kind of have to crawl to your parking spot because everybody's out tailgating, everybody's, standing around. And but this time there was even more of a challenge. There was a lot more people, and there were back-to-back tents right almost adjacent, I should say, to where my parking spot was. So right,
Hmm.
in front of my parking spot, there's a huge tent that takes up a lot of the parking area, a lot of the parking area, and then one right next to it was a tent. So that's the first time that's happened. So anyway, I'm crawling behind this one car that's in front of me, and he parks in my spot. Now these are reserved spots, the same spot I've had for the last since 1998, and he pulls in my spot. And there's people like packed all around me. I don't have any place to go. And so he gets out of the car. I said, "Hey, pal, you're in my spot." And he said, "That's your spot." He said, "It's whatever." I said, "No, that's not it. That's the next row over." So you got all these drunks around. They're all talking about this. I mean, everybody's talking about. Well, he pulled in there, and then you got the guy behind him. Now he's got to get in that spot. How's that guy going to get out of the spot and go to the other spot that's in the next row? So the guy comes over. He says, "What I'm going to do is I'm going to back my car. I'm going to back it. I'm just going to miss this tent and this tent, and I'll go back into that parking spot. When I do that, you can move into that spot." So all these people, all these people that some of them were heavily intoxicated were
Yeah.
watching this, talking. That's all they could do is watch this. And
That's
my
fun.
daughter's next to me. She's just dying laughing. And then one of the other couple of the other drunks come by and they say, "I don't see how you're going to do this." I said, "Well, he said it can be done. He got in my spot. He needs to get in his own spot. I'm going to think he can get it done." So I just went ahead, and so he went behind, did his little maneuvering, went into his spot, and then somehow I got into my spot, and all these people are just cheering when we get done. It's like they didn't think it could be done. I really didn't think it could be done either.
You
But
didn't want to
that
let
was
them know that, did you?
no, no, not at all. But that was, you know, you, it's you never want a little stress right before a tough football game.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
yeah for sure.
so we certainly had that. But I had a good homemade pretzel at the game, which kind of calmed me down. So that helped out a lot.
That's good. I'm sure you had a hot dog too, huh?
No, I don't. I don't like hot dogs. You know that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I had a brat though.
Oh yeah, we
My
like
daughter
brats.
had a pizza from a pizza company,
Yeah,
uh,
a
and
good pizza company.
well, it was. She usually likes it, but the problem was they gave her basically flatbread with sauce on it
Yeah,
and cheese. She ordered a pizza, so I don't know if they just messed up or the pizza just deflated. But
yeah.
so that's kind of my crazy first week football story of the season.
Well, good. That's a good story. I would have paid to been there. I promise that. I wouldn't want to miss that.
You would have laughed.
I've been dying.
Oh,
Uh, Well, George, speaking of laughing, George, people are going to be laughing at us today because what we're talking about is our guilty pleasures. And, guilty pleasures kind of something that we like that we really don't share with other people.
Yeah. Well, don't you have one?
I got more than one, but I'll share one
Okay.
right now.
All right.
One of my guilty pleasures, it's my wife's fault, actually. You heard of like those shows like 90 Day Fiance or Married at First Sight? They're like they're
No.
like shows on
Never.
like Lifetime or something, but they're like reality shows.
Okay.
So like one of the shows, 90 Day Fiance, it's these people meet these other people that they've never, or they got 90 days to get married. That's what it is. So they like meet them online and stuff, travel to other countries. It's
Yeah.
pretty bizarre, but I don't know how I got hooked into it. A lot of it's like a train wreck. Like you can't quit watching. Like one of my shows was like Honey Boo Boo, but we won't get to that. That was a good show. It's gone now.
Josh, it kind of reminds me of the guilty pleasure I've got, but that we'll save that for another time. But that's one you give me a hard time about is Bachelor and Bachelorette that my daughter's got me hooked on. But anyway, you go
Yeah,
ahead.
thanks for interrupting me, George. I appreciate that.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, I think we both got we got some guilty pleasures. It's kind of embarrassing, and no one really knew it until now. Really, I mean, because we're actually saying this on our podcast, so
The
to the
world.
world. Hopefully, the world listens to us, right?
Yeah. They will.
But no, guilty.
They
Huh?
got this.
You what?
I said they have to listen to this.
That's right. That's right. This is some front porch sitting entertainment here, right? Like we talked about last week.
That's right.
Hey George, we talked about with our with this guilty pleasures. I want to share another one with you, George.
Let's hear it.
Well, I actually do get pedicures sometimes.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Hey, it's kind of nice. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Well,
All I can say is don't ever get on me about watching The Bachelor when you're still there getting pedicures.
well, I never wanted to tell you that, but I had to be honest with myself since we're doing guilty pleasures.
Right.
So, I used to make fun of people doing that. Then my wife made me go and do it one time. She kept on, kept on,
Kind
kept on. So I finally did it. And I'm like, man, this is real nice. I'm not going to lie. This is nice. So now I get them done sometimes.
does it tickle?
The bottom, when they do the little scrape thing, like little, I don't know what you call it, but yeah, that tickles.
Yeah.
The rest of it's pretty nice.
How much does that cost?
I I I don't know. I think usually around like $35 or something. So I think they got
That's,
different kinds, but I don't do all. I just do the basic.
you do the basic $35 foot job,
Yeah.
and you
I,
and you get it done. Huh.
yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god.
But
Whew. It takes a real man to admit
I
that.
think it takes a real man to admit a lot of this stuff, like The Bachelor and all that.
That's exactly right.
No, George,
Well,
but you don't carry that purse anymore. You used to carry all the time, do you? That man purse.
I just, they started watching that thing, and then I started watching it
Okay,
just
so
because they were watching it, and of course, I've got three daughters, so that's something that they watch, and the drama is just, and I'm sure a lot of it's made up, but it's pretty crazy drama
yeah,
sometimes. It's kind of it's funny. I mean, to me, it's funny. And now one of my other daughters she puts a little thing. I don't know. You may have seen it. I think on Instagram or something, and she asked me questions about it at the end of the show. Sometimes even videos, a little segment that where I'm just talking about how crazy this show
yeah.
is.
I've
And
seen that.
have you seen? I haven't seen it. Of course, I'm not on Instagram or anything. But,
Yeah,
anyway, so that's something that I just started watching probably about a year ago because they've been watching it, and I kind of, and now there's every Monday night that's what we do.
Yeah. Well, that's if it makes you happy, George, that's what it's about.
Yeah, I don't know if a pedicure is gonna make me happy, but
I
I
don't
might
hate.
have
You might try it.
might, might have to get one time just to
Yeah.
say I've done it.
I would. Well, we're not going together though. That takes it to a different level. We can't do that. But you go with your
Well,
daughters, okay?
yeah, I'll go with my daughter. Yeah, I would have to. There's no way I'm going with another guy.
No, no. It
No,
just
I would not.
doesn't feel right. I don't think.
Wouldn't feel right at all for us to, tickle our this being another guy just giggling at each other. No,
No,
that,
no, no. I can't do that.
no, we're done with
No,
that. That ain't
I
gonna
tell
happen.
you what's even weirder than that is if you go get one and then you see there's guys in there that give pedicures, and I'm like, nope, I I don't have another man do that. I need a woman.
Yes,
Nothing
yes.
against men who like other men doing that, but I'm not one of them.
No, I would feel. I don't. It's crazy, but well, not so crazy. I would just feel very uncomfortable with a
Yeah,
guy feeling my feet
yeah,
for a half an hour.
right.
Uh, something about it just sit well.
Yeah, no, I agree. I couldn't do it.
Well, at least I'm glad to hear that at least women are giving you foot jobs. Anyway, I'm glad it's not the other way.
Foot, yeah, no, I agree. Because I thankfully I've never been in that position where I had to be like, no, I can't have this. Let me get a woman. I've never been in that, so I pray that never happens.
Oh my gosh, that would be that. I would probably pay to see that though when it did happen.
Yeah.
It,
That's not gonna happen. Not happening.
I'm sure it's not. Well, you all still coming back sometime?
Yep, well, we'll be back
All
this
right.
week, and then we'll actually we'll jump right into filming some more pod or sorry, recording. I got to get off of filming, recording some
Yeah,
more podcasts.
yeah. Well, we're still gonna film some too.
Yeah, we'll actually we'll work on some stuff maybe this come or next week. Cause we'll
Yeah,
get in Sunday, so we gotta do something to keep us out of trouble, George.
that's exactly right. That's exactly
Well,
right.
you got any more guilty pleasures, George?
I can't think of any right now. Maybe next week. I'll we get done here. I'm going to ask my wife if I have any more. She has a better memory than I do,
Well,
and she'll for sure remind me of some.
yeah, well, because what happens is we get sucked into their world, where they like certain shows, and then they make us watch them with us, and we find ourselves enjoying them, and now it's our guilty pleasure, and it's their fault. They do it, and they don't even realize it, or
That's
we
right.
don't even realize it. They know what
No,
they're doing.
I don't go around telling people I watched The Bachelor,
No,
but now
now people know,
people know.
and I get
So
petties. Don't tell
that's
nobody else. I always go in there looking around thinking, oh, I hope no one in here I know.
now, folks. Josh is. Can I tell him where you're from?
Yeah, you can tell
So Josh is a big old boy from Oklahoma,
them.
and he's like the last person that you would see sitting in a little teeny tiny chair getting a pedicure,
Hey, they're not tiny. They're massage chairs. They're nice.
and with the little girl rubbing his feet, and so
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to picture, but I think it's great that you do it and you don't you have a little guilt obviously, but you're okay with it.
I'm okay with. I used to. Oh man, I used to like just cringe up just thinking about going into a place like that and letting them know I need a pedicure. And what's embarrassing is they ask you in front of everybody. Sometimes I still get a little like out of place. You walk in, and a little lady's like, "Well, what can I give you today?" And then Kelsey or my wife's like, 2 pedicures," and I'm like, "Crap!" She said 2. They know. Everybody knows.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would have seen that someday.
Oh man. No, that means we'd have to go together, George.
Oh my gosh, that won't happen. No, I'll just come in there to watch. I won't get it.
I'll look over there and George got popcorn. He's eating popcorn, watching it.
That's right. I'll bring a few guys with me. Look at this, guys. I'll bring old Mike and Gary with me also.
Oh, Gary.
Yeah, Gary B.
Oh, Gary Busey.
Yeah. So they'll have a good time laughing at that. You see those choppers go up and down.
Well, actually, what we're gonna do, I think we should do a episode just about Gary Busey, because people are gonna wonder why we always say Gary Busey, but we actually really like Gary Busey. So.
Oh, absolutely. He's one of my favorites of all times. I mean,
well, we won't get into all that yet. We'll save that for an episode, because we got funny stuff we want to do with that.
Right. We'll do it another time. Absolutely.
Yeah. Speaking of funny, George, I want to tell you a funny story. So, George and I are going to do these segments called Dumb as Criminals, because we're into like crime shows and police shows. I watch every episode of Live PD, and we watch a lot of Datelines and stuff like that. Our families we just like all that crime stuff. So, one segment we're going to do or piece we're going to do probably every episode or every other episode is a dumb criminal. And what we come up with, we look up dumb criminals and crazy, stupid things that criminals have done. And George, I got one for us.
Do you?
Yeah, I got one. Normally, you'll probably do this little thing, but I want to do it today since it's our first one.
Please. Please.
Do what?
Please. Go ahead.
Well, of course, it comes from Florida, because the craziest stories happen in Florida.
Right.
I mean, you know that. You watch the news, Florida has some crazy folks. And there's actually a guy, I'm not going to say his name or anything, because I'm not going to do that, but he's a drug addict. He bought some bad meth, and he calls the sheriff's department in Florida, and he asked him to come to his house and test it for him.
Oh my God. He called law enforcement for that?
Yeah, he called the sheriff's department and asked them to come out and test his bad meth he got for him. He thought it was bad. He had a bad reaction. He wanted them to come out and test it to see if the guy sold him some bad drugs.
Well,
bad meth.
Out.
Oh, they I'm sure they came fast. Yeah, he's in jail now.
Yeah.
He's probably possession and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it was bad in more ways than one.
Yeah. Now he's probably be sitting in jail with the guy who sold it to him.
Oh my God. But I mean, that is just total stupidity. But yeah, that sounds like something out of Florida.
Definitely Florida.
Yeah. Not that we don't like Florida, because I like Florida.
Hey, Florida's like my second home, so you know
that. A lot of twisted things go on there in Florida.
Oh, yes, they do. There's actually a IPD. They were in Pasco County, which is somewhere close to Tampa, I believe. And they would follow the deputies around there. Man, some of the craziest stuff on that show come out of Pasco County, Florida.
Oh man, that sounds like Florida. I mean, that's just what happens there. I don't know what it is, but there's a lot of, not just crazy people, but a lot of I don't know how to say this, but a lot of people that have avoided law enforcement go to Florida.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Yes. Bankruptcy people go to Florida. I mean, a lot of that stuff goes on.
They can blend in well, the whole state. You look at places like New York and stuff. Yeah, New York City's got millions of people, but the whole state's not like that. But literally, Florida, at least half the state is just packed with people.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So you got to blend in, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe it has something to do with the humidity down here. So
that's a good idea. We share one of these once a week or every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stories out there of stupid criminals.
Yeah, and we'll probably add some stuff to these podcasts, little segments and things. I'd like to have fun with it. So we're going to be working on that, and we're going to grow every week. I think we'll have better episodes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that sounds good.
Well, this is a good time to let everybody know that we do have a YouTube, Shootin the Breeze, just like this podcast, as well as the Instagram. It's shootin.the.breeze, just like the podcast with all the dots.
Yeah.
So y'all go check that out. We'll have different things up on there. We'll do clips of this just to kind of let people know that there's a new podcast up. And also, we're growing. We're on several different platforms now as far as podcasting apps and things like that. I think we're on Google and um, a few other, Radio Republic, and a few others. So we're adding more each week, and yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm
All
ready
right.
to get on the Apple. I think that'd be a good one to be on.
Oh man, that's the goal. That's
That's the
next.
goal.
That's
So
right.
yep. Hopefully that's coming soon.
That's right. That's exactly right. I feel it, Josh. I feel it coming soon.
It's coming soon.
Yeah.
So George, you got anything else you want to share? Any more uh guilty pleasures or anything you want to share?
No, I don't have any right now. I'm sure for next
Did
week.
you recover from the
Uh,
moving your daughter's stuff?
well, yeah, we moved little by little for several days. It's like a week move. Uh, we just had a lack of help. Some people went to Florida instead of home to help their
Hey,
buddies.
I could. What's my fault?
That happened, I guess. But anyway, but we're getting there. I think she's put together a desk last night for her and put it in her trunk, and she said, "You got to follow me over so you can haul it upstairs with me." I said, "No, that's what you got a roommate for.
Yeah, right.
Tell her to help you." So she did, and so anyway, so that's been kind of exhausting this past week. So we're done with that now. It's time to move on.
All right. Well, that's good stuff. I'm excited to get back home and see you, buddy. Hang out. We got
Yeah, and still have our
we got
table
our
here.
little recording table. If you guys watch our
Yep,
YouTube, you'll know about the talking table. That's what we call it. That's gonna
talking
be our
table.
little studio area, so it'll be fun. I'm glad we still got it. It's like perfect for what we need.
Oh, it's perfect. You just
You
can't get any
can't
better
get
than
better than
this.
that.
That's right. That's exactly right.
All right. Well, I think we'll wrap it up here, and
All righty.
I'll see you next week, George.